Hi, I'm Percival and today I want to talk about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Percy, wait!
Basa, what happened this time?
You forget to remind to like and subscribe to the channel. You know, YouTube doesn't like that.
You're right, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Is that all, Basa?
Well, we need to either remove all these webs from this board or ask viewers to become sponsors of the channel. We have Patreon, so follow the links in the description and become our patrons and support the channel. Well, that's all. Now you can begin. Just don't forget about the opening.
Tam tam ta 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 tam 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 ta 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 tam 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 tam. So, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a direct sequel to the previous game that was released in 2016 on PlayStation 4.
As far as I know, there is a slightly confusing plot and timeline, and there were much more games in the series.
Yes, you're right. The series started in 2002, back on the PlayStation 2, but somehow I missed all this game and don't know anything about that. So, I want to share my impression and emotion only about this part.
And what kind of experience do you have?
Incredible! This game is just a firework of emotion, the real next gen. The game begins with a celebration in honor of the Lombax Ratchet and his best friend Clank.
Lombax?
Yes, this is a race species that can be said to be dying out. Ratchet is the last representative. This is the plot twist. Clank made a special device that will help Ratchet find his family in other worlds. But, as always, everything does not go according to plan and the content master evil genius Nefarious came to the holiday, spoils the device, and Ratchet with Clank find themselves in another dimension and in different corner of it. There, Clank meets an alternative version of Ratchet, another Lombax girl named Rivet, and Ratchet in turn a little later meets a version of Clank, Kit.
Oh, so cute! I like when girls appear in the plot, especially when they are so strong and independent.
Well, then you will be glad to hear that we will be playing Rivet for almost half of the entire game. She is cool and very organically fit into the story.
Okay, but since there is a plot game, I don't think it's worth spoiling.
I wasn't going to. Besides, the game came out a few years ago. But in addition to the plot, there is something to tell here. First of all, I want to say that this game is incredible beautiful. It just wow! All the way I thought when I found myself on a new planet or location, I casually opened my mouth and said, wow, how beautiful it is. Awesome. The number of details on the screen is simply staggering. Something is flying, running, shooting in the frame, something is constantly happening. There's simple no empty space. Everything in this game works like a Switch watch.
Yes, you're right. The game is really beautiful, but won't it all get boring after an hour or two?
If this was the only advantage on this game, maybe it would be, but not this time. The game does not let you go from the beginning to the end. Events and skirmishes and constantly taking place there, which are very exciting. And by the way, about them, one of the main features of the Ratchet and Clank series is the variety, and I will not be afraid of the word, the strangeness of the weapons that can be used.
What do you mean? Weirdness? How is that?
Well, for example, along with ordinary blasters, grenades and rocket launchers, there is a device that causes small monsters that fall down in the ground and then jump out at the enemies.
Whoa, it's really strange.
How about a device that summons little robots that start biting enemies by the little holes, or flying mushrooms that shoot laser at enemies?
That's all. I understood that you meant.
Wait, I haven't named my favorite yet. Topiary Sprinkler.
Topiary sprinkler?
Yes, Topiary Sprinkler. You throw a special device from which a watering can jump out and start watering all the enemies in a circle. Whoever gets water turned into a bush, whoever gets water turns into a bush. And at this time you can shoot him with various types of weapons. It's a lot of fun.
I can only imagine. Maybe no, it's weird.
And it's funny, Basa. The main thing is to play at high level of difficulty to feel a real challenge challenge from gaming. There are near 20 types of different weapons of the game, and I advise you to use them all. Each cannon can be pumped up to the 5th level, and when you do this, it has additional function. For example, the game has an energy shield. It blocks all shoot, but if you use it often enough and pump it in the maximum level, then it does not just block shoot, it absorbs them, and then you can direct them back to the enemies by pressing a button. They even give a separate trophy for this.
Oh, trophy. Are you saying again that you beat Platinum Trophy in the game?
Of course, the game is awesome, and by the way, the Platinum is not complicated. The game is played in 10 and maybe 15 hours depending on your skills, and a little more time it needed to collect various things for some trophies.
Collecting is the most boring thing in games. I would rather hunt a dragon in Skyrim.
Well, it's not like that here, and there is a lot to collect. And besides, the bolts that you are looking for in different hiding places open up different customization for the heroes, and when you collect them all, you can generally open the mode of endless ammo.
Is that like Solid Snake's bandana?
Didn't know you were such a pumped up cat. My respect.
You are insulting me. Are you going to make a Metal Gear Solid review one day?
It would be a honor for me, but back to Ratchet. DualSense are used in the game as an after-play room, and this is especially felt when shooting from different types of weapons. Sometimes there are such field firefighting that by the end even the fingers start to hurt. I literally had to rest.
And why couldn't this game be launched at the same time on PlayStation 4? Is it that picky?
I think so, because in addition to the incredible beautiful graphic, the high-speed feature is fully activated here, and the transition between worlds is internal. This can be said to be another feature of this game. For example, there was an explosion at a mine on one of the planets, and we can use special crystal to switch between worlds where there was this explosion and everything was destroyed and abandoned, and where there was no explosion. This mechanic worked very cool, and the loading speed of all this beauty is really impressive. This game was created by professionals, and I had a lot of fun playing it.
So run, jump and shoot, all under cool graphics and fast downloads.
Not only, there are also puzzles for Clank where you have to use physical properties and sometimes really think about solving this or that problem. You can also drive a strange slug towards the swamp, fly on a little dragon, and clean the computer from viruses with a cute little bot. There is a complete order with the minigames. All this is so balanced that it does not have time to get bored and enter until the very credit. If I had been allowed to play this game as a child, I really don't know. It's very cool. Oh, there is also a battle arena with challenges for the most skilled players, which also adds fun. And when you get enough type of weapons, you can get stuck there for a while.
So this is another game that you liked and where you got a Platinum Trophy.
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to the prequel, because judging by the plot, which is really not worth talking about, there will be a prequel. This game takes its rightful place in the best game of the current generation, and I recommended it to everyone who likes to entertain themselves with something fun and non-stressful. This game is perfect for Christmas season.
What game will we talk about next time?
I don't even know, but I can definitely say that the next video will be full of magic and Christmas spirit. The main thing is to find your magic wand and remember the right spell.
Oh, is that what I think? This will be an overview of...
No spoilers, see you in the next video. And in the meantime, Basia and I wish everyone Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't get sick and see you in the next video. In the meantime, you can watch these videos if you missed them. Bye bye! Hi, I'm Percival, and today I'm going to tell you about the game in the universe of Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Also, this game is the best for the Christmas holidays. This video definitely deserves a like.
Yes, Basia, it will be interesting. But first, let's add some magic. Nox Maxima.
Percy, I suppose you confused the spell.
Tan 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 tan. Lumos. Oh, that's much better. So, Hogwarts Legacy is a game in which the dream of all children to enter Hogwarts School of Magic and Wizardry is realized.
Percy, what are you waiting for? Let's try it right now. Not a Gryffindor, not a Gryffindor. Yeah, Slytherin! Just what I wanted. Percy, are you also in Slytherin?
No, I'm in Gryffindor. It's where I wanted to be honest.
Oh, boring. Come on, tell me about the game. Is it as magical as we imagined?
Oh, Hogwarts is incredible. The first and perhaps the most important thing to say about this game is that it was created by real fans. Every corner is filled with Easter eggs for books about the school where the boy who survived studied. Not even like that. This game is one huge giant Easter egg. Some might think that the game is slot for fan service, but I don't see anything wrong with that at all. Because if you love a franchise, being in it's a great pleasure. Games are created for the purpose of not just imagining unknown worlds as in a book or watching them as in movies. Games are about finding yourself in this world, become a part of this world, and that's why I love to play more than anything else. When for a moment you forgot about everything around you, and Hogwarts Legacy is just such a game. The developers have created a sandbox where you really feel like a part of the world of Harry Potter. Hogwarts is very cool. Every corner has a mystery or a joke. I have already played more than 40 hours and I still haven't seen half of all the interesting things that are there. It seems that even when I will get the Platinum Trophy, there will still be secret in the castle.
Yeah, the castle is really beautiful, but I have a complaint.
No wonder you got into Slytherin. Which one, Bassa?
Well, you see, Percy, I know a little bit about architecture, and I see that the style inside is not exactly like a medieval castle. For instance, like it was in the movies. I personally see too much marble, and it looks like the Empire style.
You know, I noticed that too, but to be fair, not all of the castle is like that. It's like a living organism, and everything is mixed there, including architectural style. There are medieval motifs and more modern ones. Do not forget that the event in the game takes place in the 19th century.
Okay, I have one more complaint.
Come on, surprise me.
This is a school, right? And children of all ages study here, am I right?
That's right, children usually enter the school from the age of 11 and study there until the age of 17.
Okay, so now tell me, why all the students at school are the same age as the main character? I don't see any young children at all.
You're right, I somehow didn't pay attention to it at first.
I know it's a little thing, but in my opinion, if the children were of different ages, it would be much better for the atmosphere.
Yes, that's true, but there is so much here in terms of atmosphere that even without students of different ages, there is complete order here. What is worth just the appearance of Peeves?
Peeves? Who is this?
Peeves Poltergeist. This is an incredibly cool character that was in the books but never made it into the movie. By the way, this is one of the key problems for me. Those who have read the book will have much more fun at school than those who have only watched the movies.
Did you read the books?
Insulting. Many times. I and you are the generation of Harry Potter. We were lucky to grow up with the heroes of the book. I have one friend. I will not mention his name for conspirology. Let it be Paul. That's why he trolled me. He says that my generation believe in miracle and fairy tales, but he is a little older and his generation grew up on books about the Conan Barbarian, where magic is, to put it mildly, despised.
So, is he also walking around in leather shorts with a two-handed sword?
Nope, as far as I know.
It's a pity. I would need such a friend in Skyrim.
Yes, in addition to the school, there is a rather large map where Hogsmeade is a small settlement that has its own special, incredibly fairy tale atmosphere. You can walk there for several hours and get stuck in the same way as at school.
Is this a game museum? Is there anything to do there or just walk and look around?
Of course you should. If there are good magicians, there will certainly be bad ones.
Yes, I know what to do with them.
A little cruel, but fair. Yes, in the game we have many spells with which in skilled hand you can fight with villain and dangerous creature ranging from spider to mountain trolls.
Okay, so the game is so perfect that it's the game of the year? Why do we need the Baldur Gate?
Unfortunately not.
I knew see that deception is everywhere.
Let me explain. The game does have a lot of flaws. The first is its plot. Unfortunately, he is very weak, and some would even say that he is here for a tick. To be I could even agree, but I really like the individual arcs. I won't spoil it, but Sebastian's story was interesting to me.
Of course interesting, he is from Slytherin.
But in general, the plot could have been much more interesting. I hope in the second part they will come up with a more interesting story, and then it will be much better.
Is the second part coming out soon?
Oh yeah, considering that this game sold very well and earned more than $1 billion, the second part is already been made. The game also has problem with its size. As I have said before, games today are really bloated these days because it's the developer's job to keep players in the game as long as possible. And here, for example, to collect all the things you need to find more than 1,000 different items. It's really a lot. But I have a little advice about this. Don't play the game in one go. Play to your heart's content. This may seem like strange advice, but it is. Play to your heart's content. Play when you really want to immerse yourself in this world. The main thing is to go toward the first 5-6 hours of the main plot to open a room on which it's much more interesting to explore the surrounding of Hogwarts and most of the spells in order to be able to solve puzzles.
So, as I understand, you advise not to explore the stuff during the first hours in the game?
That's right. It will be difficult because it will be hard to turn that corner, see what's that tower, but restrain yourself and go toward a bit of the story so that you don't return to the same place every time. There and without it, you will do it many times. And another important tip, wait for the quest to learn the Alahamora spells to open doors, and immediately find all the moons to unlock the third level got the spell. I even advise you to do it with a video on YouTube. You will spend around 30 minutes for this, but then you will not have obstacles in the form of closed doors and you will be able to enjoy the game the fullest.
So the game is not perfect, but you like it?
That's right, the game has an incredible number of activities. The search for magical animals, such as this magnificent unicorn in the Forbidden Forest, flying on broomsticks, many riddles and tricks. The main thing here is magic, oddly enough, and I'm not talking about magic in the form of spells and charm, I talk about the chemistry of the game. You see, it just so happened that the ingredients are arranged in such a way that everything works. Yes, there are flaws and mistakes, a weak plot, flaws in the animation of the characters, but when there is the same chemistry for all the disadvantages, you just close your eyes and just enjoy the game.
Is there Quidditch?
There is no Quidditch.
Bad game.
Believe me, if there was also Quidditch, it would be too much. There are plenty to do in the game anyway. Just to clarify, I still haven't hit Platinum Trophy and I don't know when I will.
Wow, this is where you surprised me. Okay, I'll be waiting for Quidditch in the second part.
The game is cool. I really highly recommended it to all Potter's fans, and especially to those who will understand the scene with dancing ballet trolls on the wall.
Percy, let's finish. New Year should be celebrated. Tangerines to eat. Round up.
Hi, I'm Percival and today I'm going to tell you why LEGO games are great, and if you have avoided them before and thought they were toys for kids, you have very wrong.
Who said that LEGO is for children? I will bite for LEGO. This is a cool thing.
That's right, and if you combine LEGO with your favorite universes, it's $1 million idea.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's very important for us. Percy, what are you waiting for? Have you done the opening already? Have you done it?
LEGO games are a real phenomenon. The history of their creation begins in the distant 90s.
Oh yes, the 90s. This is when we were all looking at the carpet patterns on the wall instead of cartoons and Lego, because they cost as much as an apartment in London. Percy, when you were a kid, did you have Lego?
Quite a bit. They were Lego Bionicles, a legendary synth in its time. My best friend and I have all six. We loved them very much and were even going to make a movie with them. Probably even then I had a desire to make videos, but I didn't have video game for them. My first Lego game was Star Wars in 2005, as I remember now. When I saw the disc on the store shelf, I bought it without thinking for a moment with all the money I had and waited for the holidays to come to my best friend to play with him. I waited a few months and didn't run the game to do this for the first time with him. Imagine my disappointment when I arrived and he had already played with another friend who had arrived a few weeks earlier.
Wow, really sorry for that.
Yeah, childhood trauma. But never mind, because when I saw this game for the first time, I was over the moon with happiness, because LEGO invented the perfect mix, combine the constructor with your favorite franchise. The first attempt was immediately on target. We played the game to the hit and wanted more and more. Therefore, after the first game in 2005, a sequel with the original trilogy was released in next year, and then the conveyor was fully operational. But unlike Ubisoft, every LEGO game had a soul and was made with love and attention to detail, brick by brick.
Bricks? Literally, bricks.
Then there were games based on the movie about Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, Jurassic Park, and many others.
Yes, they're really cool. Do you know what I like the most about these games?
Surprise me.
To destroy everything, break separate parts. These sounds are so good, so soothing. These games work as anti-stress.
Yes, I see many people like this game for this feature, but it's also impossible not to mention that they can be played by two people, and in my opinion this is a perfect game to spend time together and compete to see who can collect the most part in a level.
Oh yes, we spent a lot of time with you competing to collect more Lego bricks. It's especially fun when someone notices a purple brick on the screen, which immediately gives 10,000 points.
I even cast Avada Kedavra spell on you so that I could get the purple detail first.
It was not kind, Percy. And by the way, Lego Harry Potter is my favorite.
Yes, I just wanted to say that before Hogwarts Legacy came out, we walked towards the magical castle in the Lego version, and considering that the Lego games always use original music, so the atmosphere it was simply magical. Not wonder that you and I hit Platinum Trophy in all the Lego games we played.
And I also really like Lego based on the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Oh, it's such a thrill to run around the Middle Earth.
Yes, unfortunately they didn't make a version for PlayStation 4 for the Lord of the Rings, so we played it quite a long time ago. This is probably the last game I ran on the computer.
Yes, and you unfortunately downloaded it then instead of buying it.
This were third time. I didn't do that anymore, honestly speaking. So, another advantage of Lego game is the ability to play of hundreds, thousands of familiar characters. Batman, Superman or Iron Man and Wolverine, you can play anyone.
Oh yes, mixing the Disney and Marvel universes in one game is too much even for Lego. But you're right, we had a great time when I played Robin and you played Batman. I was really often dumb and we lost all the bricks, but it was fun.
Oh yeah, these evenings together were unforgettable, and you're not so bad Robin if you want to know. By the way, you reminded me about another adventures of Lego game. This is their humor. He is kind and really funny. There are always some jokes, and it's cool that even in the tragic moment of the plot, they beat everything in such a way that it's become fun.
Percy, I feel so nostalgic that I already want to play Lego. Let's go play Harry Potter again.
For the fourth time? But there are still so many games that we haven't played. Let's do something else. Even on Lego there are games that we missed. For example, Lego Skywalker Saga. We somehow did not appreciate it until now. It doesn't look like us.
Did you forget? We launched it and it seems cool, but the most important thing for us is not there.
Yeah, exactly. The structure of the game is different from the previous one, and now there is no emphasis of the level, and therefore the element of competition is lost. She did not delay us. Can we give her another chance?
I don't know. Let's try it. I wonder what Lego games will be released in the future. Let's make Lego Skyrim. I would buy it.
You would buy toilet paper if it named Skyrim.
Why Why not? Wait, does it exist?
I don't know about the future of LEGO game. The last thing that came out was the races, which we also missed because oddly enough we like games based on familiar franchises such as Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings or Marvel and DC Comics. But for some reason it seemed to me the LEGO will not be the same as before because they made another brilliant step that will bring them all the money in the world. Fortnite. I think it's genius and it's surprising that they didn't do it early. I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite, but I understand why this format is so popular, and combining these two games into one is a really smart move, and I'm afraid that LEGO will focus all its resources in the near future precisely on this collaboration.
That's fine. No one will take away our favorite games from us. Therefore, turn on LEGO Harry Potter and go playing.
If someone else wants to support our channel, in the description under this video there is a link to Patreon. Thank you.
Percy, can I choose the game for the next video?
Why not? What kind of game do you want?
Surprise! I want something festive, New Year's. I'm going to download it before you change your mind. Meow.
Well, if you watch until the very end, you deserve a personal thank from me. Thank you for watching our channel and thank you for your likes and comments. It really helps the channel a lot, especially in the beginning. See you on the next video and bye everyone!